Love needs action, trust needs proof, and sorry needs change. Real love shows up, real trust is earned, and real apologies come with growth.
If you've ever found yourself wondering whether that girl you like is actually into you, you're about to learn something that could save you months of wasted time and emotional energy. Today, I'm going to reveal the 3 unmistakable signs that she's just not that interested, and by the end of this video, you'll never have to guess again. Look, I wish someone had told me this years ago when I was driving myself crazy trying to decode mixed signals. The truth is, women aren't as mysterious as we think they are. They actually give us crystal clear signals about their interest level, but most guys completely miss them, or worse, misinterpret basic politeness as romantic interest. So let's dive into the first major sign that she's not interested. And this one might surprise you because it goes against everything you think you know about attraction. The first sign is when her behavior perfectly matches the environment you're both in. Here's what I mean by this. If you meet a girl at work and she's friendly and professional with you, that doesn't mean she likes you. She's literally just doing her job. If the barista at your local coffee shop smiles and makes small talk, she's providing customer service, not flirting with you. This sounds obvious, but you'd be shocked how many guys completely miss this. They think that just because a woman is nice to them, it means something romantic. But here's the key insight that most men don't understand about human psychology. When someone genuinely wants to attract your attention, they break the normal social rules. They do something unexpected that stands out from the environment. So if that same coworker, who's usually professional, suddenly starts playfully teasing you or acting more casual than the workplace normally allows, now you might have something.
You fooled me. You really did. I'll give it to you. Props to you. You fooled me. I thought that you were a person that I could trust in. Somebody that I truly had love for. Somebody that I thought I was going to have a future with. Maybe a home. Something that I could build.
If the quiet girl in your class who never talks to anyone suddenly becomes chatty specifically with you, that's a deviation from her normal pattern. But if she's treating you exactly how she treats everyone else in that environment, or exactly how that environment dictates she should treat people, then her kindness means nothing special. This is crucial to understand because there's actually an evolutionary reason why men misread these signals so badly. Going back thousands of years, men had a biological drive to spread their genes as widely as possible. So whenever a man saw a woman being friendly, his brain automatically assumed it could mean romantic interest because the potential upside was huge and the downside was minimal. Even if he was wrong 99% of the time, that 1% made it worth the risk. This mental programming is still with us today, which is why we tend to turn tiny neutral signals into signs of attraction. But you need to start recognizing this pattern in yourself and ask the critical question, whenever a woman is being nice to you, is this behavior normal for this environment? Or is she breaking the usual social rules specifically for me? Now let's move to the second sign. And this one is going to challenge everything you think you know about how attraction works. The second sign that she's not interested is that she's nice to you, but never tests you. On the surface, this seems like a good thing. You might think having a woman who never challenges you, never disagrees with you, and never gives you a hard time means she's into you. But you'd be dead wrong.
Without communication, there's no relationship. Without respect, there is no love. And without trust, there is no reason to continue.
When a woman is genuinely attracted to a man, even slightly, she instinctively starts testing him. She'll poke at his confidence, tease him about something, challenge his opinions, or say something mildly provocative just to see how he reacts. This isn't conscious behavior, it's her emotional investment showing itself. She's trying to figure out if you're really as solid as you appear. Can she feel genuine chemistry with you? Will you crumble under pressure or stay composed? Are you authentic or just putting on an act? These tests come from a place of interest, not disinterest. But when a woman isn't attracted to you, she remains completely calm and polite. She'll laugh at your jokes at all the appropriate moments, nod along with your stories, and never create any tension or emotional spikes. It's like talking to a customer service representative who's been trained to be pleasant but has zero personal investment in the conversation. Most guys actually prefer this type of interaction because it feels safe. There's no risk of saying the wrong thing or being challenged. But that safety is exactly the problem, because it means you're not triggering any emotional response in her whatsoever. Here's how you can tell the difference. Does she agree with absolutely everything you say? If so, that's not respect or compatibility, that's apathy. When a woman is emotionally invested, she wants to express herself and engage with your ideas. She'll push back sometimes, not because she's difficult, but because your opinions actually matter to her.
How many men would date an unattractive woman?
Exactly.
They wouldn't. They just simply wouldn't, okay? Because they have that standard. If you're unattractive, I don't want to date you.
Think about how you react when watching a movie you love versus one that bores you. With the boring movie, you might just nod along passively. But with the movie you're passionate about, you're commenting, reacting, getting emotionally involved. Women do the same thing with men they're attracted to versus men they're not. Another way this shows up is through teasing and light criticism. If she never playfully mocks you, never points out something silly you did, or never tries to get under your skin just a little bit, she's not emotionally engaged. When women like someone, they want to create tension and see how that person handles it. She might say things like, "You think you're so smart, don't you?" Or comment that your joke was terrible, or even make fun of something you're wearing. Most guys panic when this happens and think she must hate them. But actually, she's studying your reaction. Will you get defensive and insecure, or will you remain calm and confident? When a woman has no romantic interest, she'll never risk stirring up your emotions because she simply doesn't care enough to invest that energy. She's already made her decision about you, so there's no need to test or challenge you. She'll keep everything surface level and polite. The exception to this rule is women who have very low confidence in their own attractiveness. Less attractive women often avoid testing because they're afraid of losing any male attention they can get. But for women who have options and confidence, the absence of any testing or challenging behavior is a clear sign of disinterest. Now we come to the third and most important sign, and this one is going to hit you hard if you've been ignoring it. The third sign is that when a woman isn't interested in you, it's painfully obvious.
What if I told you that the only thing stopping you from enjoying life is your thinking? Change your thinking.
You don't need to analyze her behavior or look for hidden meanings, because her disinterest is written all over her actions. What confuses you isn't her unclear signals, it's your own hope and wishful thinking. You want her to like you so badly that you start rewriting her cold behavior into excuses. She takes forever to respond to your texts, but you tell yourself she's probably just busy. She never initiates conversations, but you convince yourself she's just shy. She cancels plans repeatedly, but you decide she must have a lot going on in her life. But here's the brutal truth. When a woman likes you, you feel it. You don't sit around wondering and analyzing because she makes her interest clear through her actions. Even if she's not the most expressive person, you'll sense that she genuinely enjoys your company. She responds to your messages quickly because she wants to talk to you. She finds reasons to keep conversations going instead of letting them die. She asks you questions about yourself because she's curious about who you are. Sometimes she'll even create little arguments or drama just because she likes the emotional tension it creates between you two. But when she's not interested, she disappears behind a wall of politeness. She smiles, but it feels forced. She responds to your texts, but hours or days later with short, unengaging replies. She talks to you when you initiate, but never asks you anything meaningful in return. You'll notice that you're always the one starting conversations, always the one checking in, always the one trying to make plans.
Never be jealous of what God does for somebody else. What God has for you is for you, and He's never going to deliver your mail to somebody else's house.
And here's the test. If you stopped reaching out completely, what would happen? In most cases, absolutely nothing. Days would pass, and she wouldn't even notice you've gone quiet. The cruel part is that she's not mean about it. She doesn't block you or tell you directly to leave her alone. Instead, she maintains just enough politeness to keep you hoping. She might throw in an occasional laugh emoji or a sweet response that gives you just enough encouragement to keep trying. This is what traps so many men. That little bit of warmth makes you think that if she really didn't like you, she would have told you directly, right? Wrong. Most women won't reject you harshly unless you force their hand because they're socialized to be nice. Instead, they let you down slowly and quietly through their actions. She's always busy when you want to hang out, but somehow she has time for other people. She posts on social media and responds to other people while leaving your messages on read. When you share something personal with her, she responds with something generic like, "Oh, okay," as if you just told her about the weather. I've been in this exact situation, and I know how much it hurts. I used to text this girl who would regularly forget to reply for days at a time. When I called her out on it, she'd apologize and say she'd been busy. But then I'd see her online, posting stories, clearly active on social media. She wasn't too busy for everyone, just too busy for me.